how to get into phenomenal, amazing shape. In this quick video, in less than 10 minutes, I'm gonna give you everything you need to know and apply to be able to build muscle, build lean muscle, lose 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus pounds of body fat, get into amazing shape, phenomenal shape, get abs and all that. So let's start with number one, training, exercise, working out. What do you need to do? Now you could train anywhere from 3 to 6 days a week. You can train every single day if you want. I wouldn't recommend it if you're natural, right? But 3 to 6 days a week, I've trained all of these. I've coached over 700 men online. Typically, they're going to be training 3 to 6 days a week. Now you could do a standard push-pull legs. You could YouTube that, what that looks like. Basically, you're training your chest, your shoulders, your triceps. Then your next day, you're training your back and your biceps. And then you're training your lower body, your legs and your abs, right? You can do a simple push-pull leg split. You can do that 1 time a week. So that would just be 3 days, right? It could be Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could do it 6 times a week. So you're doing each workout twice. You're doing push Monday and Thursday, pull Tuesday and Thursday, legs Wednesday and Friday, right? Or something like that. Anyway, you could do that, or you could do an upper lower. So basically train your entire upper body, chest, arms, shoulders, back, all of that one day, and then you train your lower body and abs the next day, and maybe you repeat that twice. So that's training 4 days a week, right? You can do an upper lower split. You can also do a full body split where you train your entire body, right? You can do that 2 or 3 days a week. Anyway, you just want to make sure you're training each muscle group, your arms, your legs, your shoulders, your abs, your chest, your calves, just every single muscle group at least once a week, if not twice a week. If you're a beginner, realistically, as far as volume, you only need 8 to 12 sets per muscle group to get it to grow. So that means to train your chest, you only need to train 8 to 12 sets a week, right? So that could be 2 to 3 exercises for four sets each. So 4 sets of bench, 4 sets of incline dumbbell bench, 4 sets of flies, right? Pec deck or cable fly or dumbbell fly, right? If you're more advanced, then you're going to increase that volume to 16 to 20 to 24 sets. Me, I've been training for 10 years, so I typically do 24 sets per muscle group. I do 24 sets of chest, 24 sets of arms, 24 sets of back, all that. But again, if you're more beginner, so I'd say within your first 0 to 1 to 2 years, you only need about 8 to 12 sets per muscle group. If you've been training longer than a year or two and you're not getting the results you want, then maybe increase that to 16 to 20 sets. And then maybe if you've been training for some years now, increase that to 24 sets per muscle group. Again, that's every single muscle group. Now you do want to focus on compound lifts, right? You want to focus on like bench press or barbell movements or dumbbell movements, right? So for chest, it'd be like bench press, dumbbell bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, all those dumbbells and barbells. Squat for legs, squats, leg press, deadlifts, right? Variations of those things, right? For back, barbell rows, pull-ups, shoulder press, everything there. Or shoulder press, lateral raises, rear raises, face pulls, rear delt flies for your shoulders, for arms, dumbbell curls, incline bench dumbbell curls, right? All that. And you can YouTube more additional YouTube videos for the specifics of training, but that gives you an idea roughly as far as what to do. Frequency, 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week. Train each muscle group 1 to 2 days a week. Again, we went over volume as far as sets per muscle group. We went over some different workout splits. All right, so now as far as nutrition, there's 3 things you need to focus on. First is having the right food choices, right? So this is cutting out fast food, sugars, sodas, all the BS, right? Cutting out all the sugars, all the stuff like that, okay? And then eating lean foods, lean whole foods. So for proteins, it's gonna be chicken, lean turkey, like 90%, at least 80% lean turkey, 90% lean turkey, lean beef, 80 to 90% lean beef, right? Tilapia, tuna, salmon, fish. My favorite is chicken, right? But you can go lean beef, lean turkey, fish as well. That's to hit your protein goal, right? Second, carbs. You want complex carbs, whole carbs. So staying away from white bread, white or just basically sugar, hamburger buns, hot dog buns, all that stuff. You want to eat more whole food. So if you are going to eat bread, make sure it's whole grain. If you are going to eat pasta, make sure it's whole grain pasta, right? Obviously there's exceptions, but I'm talking 80 to 90% of the time, right? Eating either whole bread or whole pasta. If you are going to eat those things, what's even better than that is eating jasmine rice or brown rice, okay? You also could eat white potatoes or red potatoes, right? Those are going to be more complex carbohydrates, basically burns more calories, and it's a better fuel source for your body. Now for fats, it's important for testosterone and hormone health and brain health. So you do want to get some fats in your diet. That's staying away from trans fat and saturated fat. That's a lot in fast food, frozen dinners, hot dogs, pork, and all that. You want to eat more of your fats from salmon. There's good healthy fat in salmon. Nuts, pretty much every single nut other than peanuts, because peanuts make your nuts pee. I don't even want to go into that. It lowers your testosterone. So Brazilian nuts, cashews, almonds, and much more. Pretty much every nut other than peanuts. Olive oil, coconut oil, avocados are great. Whole eggs are great. Goat eggs are great. Basically, those are great sources for fat. Now, that's number one, is eating the right food choices and staying away from refined sugars and fast food and frozen food like TV dinners and frozen pizza and all that great stuff. For the most part, you want to eat healthy, complex, those foods I mentioned 80 to 90% of the time. Obviously, if you do it more, 90 or 100% of the time, you're going to look better and feel even better. Okay, number two, and obviously eat 1 to 2 servings of fruit every day, and then as many servings as you can of vegetables, and eat the rainbow, right? But tomatoes, spinach, kale, all that great stuff. Okay, number two is make sure you're having the right calories and macros, right? If you're looking to do a maintenance, typically maintenance is going to be somewhere between 12 to 15 times your body weight. If you're looking to and that's depending, right? All this depends. So if you're doing a cut, do a severe cut's about 10 times your body weight. So if you're 200 pounds, you want to lose body fat, takes your body weight times 10, and that's going to be 2,000 calories. Okay, that's going to be normally a good enough calorie deficit for you to lose body fat, right? A less extreme cut would be times 12. So 200 pounds, if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 2,400 calories. If you weigh 100 pounds, that's 1,200 calories. Take your weight times 12 for a moderate cut. Take your body weight times 10 for more of an extreme cut, right? And this is the rule of thumb. If you're not losing weight after 2 weeks and you've been tracking every day and hitting this calorie goal, and you've been weighing yourself every week and you still haven't lost weight after 2 weeks, reduce it another 100 to 200 calories. Simple as that. Continue to do that until you begin to lose weight. All right. Now you also could do two things like increase your step count. You can track your steps. And let's say you're averaging 6,000 a day, increase that to 8. If you're averaging 8, increase that to 10, right? You can go all the way up to doing 20,000. I mean, you could even do more than that, but the more steps you get in every day, that allows you to burn additional calories, so you don't need to eat less. You could just walk more. That's a trick you can add. And then number two is you obviously can incorporate cardio into your workouts. I wouldn't do too much, no more than 20 minutes for the most part, 5 days a week, right? So you can start doing 20 minutes a day, 3 days a week. And then if that's still, you want to, increase your fat loss and your plateauing, you can increase that to 5 times. I wouldn't go more than doing it 6 times a week for 30 minutes. If you're looking to get in phenomenal shape, I've gone down to 5% body fat with no cardio at all. And then I've done it with doing 5 days a week for 20 minutes. So add it as a tool to help you overcome plateaus and to lose body fat. But number one should be focused on the diet and the nutrition. So calories and macros. There's kind of an idea as far as how to calculate your calories. Maintenance is typically going to be 14 to 15 times your body weight. That's typically going to be maintenance. And then a lean bulk, you maybe do, a little bit more than that, 100 to 200 calories more than that. Because really, if you're trying to build lean muscle, you don't need to eat a crazy surplus. Realistically, just maybe 200 calories above your maintenance. So let's say your maintenance was 2,500 calories a day. to maintain your weight, let's say at 200. If you wanted to gain weight, then increase that to 2,700, right? You could use, that's kind of the idea with a lean bulk. The most important thing with a lean bulk, building lean muscle, is making sure you're getting 1 gram of protein per body pound. So if you weigh 160, get 160 grams of protein. If you weigh 180, get 180 grams. That's number one as far as nutrition. And then number two is your progressive overloading. You're getting better in the gym. You're either lifting more weight or doing more reps with the same weight, or you're doing the same weight with the same amount of reps, but you're doing it with better form and you're doing it with a slower range of motion with more constant tension. Okay, so there's that. As far as nutrition, those are the two main things. This video is running kind of long, so I'm gonna keep it there as far as nutrition. And the third thing that you really need to reach your fitness goals, as far as building lean muscle and losing, body fat, getting abs, getting phenomenal shape, is you need to track, right? Not only track your calories and macros. On MyFitnessPal is probably the best app to use to track your calories and macros. Again, MyFitnessPal, download the app MyFitnessPal. But you also need to be tracking two main things. Your progress photos, so looking in the mirror, how you look, right? Take pictures of yourself every week. You don't need to go crazy with this. See that you're gonna be making changes every week. More importantly, more realistically, every month, you should be noticing a change in the mirror. That's for a lean bulk, if you're looking to build lean muscle. That's also if you're looking to lose body fat, right? Make sure you're tracking photos every week. And then also, of course, make sure you're tracking your weight. Now, don't go crazy with this. I don't recommend weighing yourself every day because your weight will fluctuate for all sorts of reasons as far as sodium, carbs, water retention, really. So making sure you're weighing yourself once a week, same time, same variables, in your underwear, first thing in the morning, Saturday mornings or Sunday mornings or whatever day you want. Right after you go to the bathroom, no food, no water. Make sure it's consistent variables, Saturday morning, Sundays mornings, whatever day, consistent variables, and you weigh yourself consistently. You wanna do that every single week. And if you do that every single week, either if you're losing body fat, you wanna be losing 1 to 3 pounds a week, depending on how much you have to lose, right? So for most people, it's gonna be 4 pounds a month. If you have more fat to lose, then it's gonna be 4 to 8 pounds a month. If you're, have 30, 40, 50 plus pounds of body fat to lose, you could be losing 10 to 12 plus pounds of body fat a month, and you might even be losing more than that in water weight and all sorts of things, So making sure you're tracking your progress photos and your weight every single week. Also recommend that you track your workouts as far as how much weight you're lifting, how many sets, how many reps, all that. That way you can focus on what you track, you can measure, and what you can measure, you can improve. That way you can actually get stronger week after week, month after month in the gym, and getting stronger, lifting more weight, more reps with the same amount of weight, right, is going to allow you to build more muscle tissue. Progressive overload is the only way, right? Time under tension as well. So that's basically how long is the muscle under tension. That's why another way to progress is doing the same amount of weight with the same amount of reps, but with a slower range of motion and better form, right? So those are the three main ways to progress in the gym. So tracking your workouts is important. Tracking your calories and macros is important on MyFitnessPal again. Last thing, as far as your macro split, I forgot to mention that. Most of the clients that I train, I put on a 35-35-30 split or a 40-35-25 split. I never do fat below 25%. That's the lowest percentage of your overall calories I would put your fat at, is 25% of your calories is from fat. 35 to 40% of your calories come from protein. Again, lean meats, 35 to 40%. And then rest of it, the other 30